I'm Daniel Priestley. I'm the best-selling author of this book here, Become a Key Person of Influence. I'm an entrepreneur and I've built businesses in 3 countries now, and I've noticed some really interesting things about the way industries work, and it's actually becoming even more prevalent as these new technology trends really take off, things like social media, things like global small business. Today I want to be able to talk to you about something called becoming highly valued and highly paid. And I'm going to talk about how you can understand how your industry rewards high performance. So the first thing I want to talk about is this is typically the income distribution of most industries. It's roughly this shape here is what income distribution looks like in most Western countries. But certainly this is what income distribution looks like in most industries. So what you'll notice is that the top 10% typically earn 80%. So if you think about the medical industry, the top 10% of doctors are earning 80% of the income. They earn really exponential income, and they do things slightly different. If you think about, say, business coaches, the top 10% of business coaches might make millions per year, while most business coaches might make 50 to 100 grand per year. So you find that there's this huge spike down this end, and there's things that these people do that are very different to the things that these people do. Now I want you to just quickly imagine that it's not a spike at the edge of the industry, but it's actually a spike at the center of the industry. So imagine that every industry has an inner circle, and the inner circle, people I call key people of influence, they're the ones who earn all the money. Let's have a look at the way most industries work. So the first thing you'll see is that on the outer circle here we have something that I call newbies. And newbies are people who are new to an industry, they're really excited, and they're not very functional, but they're very enthusiastic. So they're people who are brand new to the industry. Typically they entered the industry because they saw the people who were in the big spike, but they didn't see this second category of people. And the second category of people are the people that I call worker bees. And the worker bees are the ones who are very functional. Many of them have lost their spark though. They're feeling a little bit dejected. They're feeling like they just do too much hard work and they're not rewarded. They're not highly valued and they're not highly paid. In fact, they become very functional and replaceable, and they feel, pretty run down after many years in being in their industry. The inner circle are people that I call key people of influence. They're the ones who actually run the industry. They're the ones who make all the money, they have a lot of fun, their names come up in conversation, they go on the fun trips away. They're the ones who've got the influencing and make a difference in the industry. So what typically happens is that people who are newbies, they go on what I call the merry-go-round of opportunity, where they go looking for opportunities. They're stuck in this newbie territory, and rather than pushing through and doing things differently to become a key person of influence, they go looking at different industries. So they go running around thinking, what's the industry that's going to be the most money-making industry? So they might say things like, it's stock market industry, or it's the property industry, or I've got to get into some new multi-level marketing thing. And they keep looking for the easy industry, not realizing that every industry has these 3 layers here. So what I tell people in my book is that the power of influence doesn't come from running around finding an easy industry. It actually comes from being visible, credible, connected in the industry that you absolutely love and making it to the inner circle, to the key person of influence zone. So let's talk about how you do that and why you'd want to do that. The reason you'd want to do that is because when you get to this point here where you're highly functional, you're good at what you do, you're in an industry that you know a lot about, for every little percentage point you move into the center of the industry, income takes a radical jump. So when you're down here, your income, even if you move over this way, you might go from 35,000 a year to 40,000 to 45,000 to 50,000. So they're not huge jumps over here. But when you get to the inner edge of your industry, where you're very good at what you do, you're very functional, and you're a high performer, but you're not quite a key person of influence yet, just tipping over into that zone puts you on a new trajectory where you're actually moving right up the income stakes, not just income, but rewards. You've got more influence, you're seeing most of the benefits that are in the industry. So the difference between these people here and these people here is something that I call the difference between functionality and vitality. These people here are very, very functional, but they're also replaceable. These people here, of course, they're very good at what they do, but they've put themselves into a position where they're vital to the industry or they're vital to the business. So it's very difficult to get them out of the business. They're the ones who are leading the business or they're leading the industry. They're doing things very differently. So I've identified 5 things that you can do that separate you from being functional and put you into the place of being vital. So let me tell you about those 5 things. The first thing is you've got to learn how to pitch yourself. When somebody says, what do you do? If you describe yourself as being very functional and very replaceable, then you end up being functional and replaceable. Key people of influence don't describe themselves in boring ways. If you have a key person of influence, they don't say, I'm a personal trainer. They say, I'm a fitness trainer who specializes in working with men who want to rapidly lose weight in 12 weeks, and they want to get ready for a competition or a marathon or something like that. But they have a really specialty niche, or they have a passion, and they bring that passion into their pitch. So they have the ability to talk about what it is that they do and make it sound incredibly unique and different, as opposed to functional and similar to everyone else. The second thing you've got to do is you've got to be able to take your pitch and put it into writing. Now that means you may write a book. A book is a great way to separate yourself from everyone else. It means that you become an authority, but you may actually write articles, you might write blogs, you might do really great updates, you might do great newsletters, but the point is that you have to be able to put your ideas into a text format. We live in a world where most people are searching for text, and they're looking for tags, and they search the world looking for text. Your way of relating to the world has to be able to be translated into text. Third thing is you've got to understand product strategy. High-performing people totally understand the product that they're involved in. So as you go further and further away from the center of the industry, they don't understand what it is they're actually doing or the value they're creating. Key people of influence have a helicopter view of their product strategy. They understand why they give certain things away for free, why they give certain things away cheaply, and where their core business is. So they understand the product mix or the product ecosystem within their industry. So you've got to understand product, and we've got some really easy ways to understand product at a whole new level that most small businesses have ever seen before. The next thing you've got to do is raise your profile. You've got to actually be seen to be a key person in the industry. When somebody Googles your name, all that first page needs to come up, majority, all the things that you want to come up, your brand values, your thoughts, your opinions, what makes you special, what makes you unique. Who Google says you are is probably your personal brand as it currently stands. So it's worth Googling yourself, do an image search, do a video search, do a text search, and find out what Google is saying about you, and that's your personal brand. So you've got to raise your profile and be a bit more deliberate about how you raise your profile. Fifth thing is very much the money step. That's where you do joint ventures and partnerships. The key people of influence are brilliant at doing joint ventures and partnerships, so they bring that together very, very nicely. So they're the 5 things that I talk about in my book, and they're also the 5 things that you'll actually be able to go into this website here and do and actually take a look at each one of these 5 things. So let me tell you about this website that you've come to right now. This is a website that we've put together where we've filmed 5 experts in each one of those fields. So this gentleman here is a guy called Mike Harris. Mike Harris has created 3 multi-billion-pound businesses, and he's also raised over £200 million for his business ideas. Needless to say, he really understands how to pitch. In the video that we filmed with Mike, he goes through what we call pitch architecture. And in pitch architecture, he actually takes you through step by step how to do a great pitch. Next, we have a video of Mindy Gibbons-Klein. She's one of the UK's leading book coaches. She's helped over 300 people to write and publish and promote their book. She's going to give you some really great insights into how to get your thought leadership into text and how to get it published. Next, we have this guy, Darren Sherlaw. Many people refer to him as a business genius. He's an internationally acclaimed product strategist and business strategist. He talks about income being in a direct relationship to the assets that you've created. Brilliant talk that he gives. Penny Power is an absolute pioneer when it comes to social media and understanding how the internet really works and how to raise your profile rapidly so that you can pass that Google test I talked about. Steve Bolton is one of the UK's most successful franchisors. He's been able to create agreements all over the country and have hundreds of millions of pounds worth of property under management because of his franchise system. He puts it all down to his joint ventures and partnerships, and he says that you can't become a self-made millionaire. You absolutely have to do partnerships and joint ventures, that it's not about just doing it all on your own. So we've put together 5 experts. We've got 40 to 50-minute videos with each one of these experts. And we've also got some extra videos where we give you specific things to do that give you what I call a quick win. And a quick win is something you can do within 1 week and start seeing a result. So we've put that all together on the other side of this website. So all you need to do is basically join us, come along and be part of this learning process where you can get 5 quick wins for your business and you can do those 5 things that I talked about. I want to leave you with one quick little message before you come and join us on the other side of this website. The message is that you're already standing on a mountain of value. So where I'm from in Australia, there's these group of mountains called the Glasshouse Mountains, and it's a group of mountains where if you stand on the biggest one, which is Mount Tipragargan, where this person's standing, you look out and you see everyone else's mountain. You see these other mountains out there. And you immediately think, I would love to go and climb those mountains, even though you're standing on a massive mountain of value. So most people I meet, they're standing on a huge mountain of value, but they can't pitch it. They can't write about it. They haven't productized it completely. They haven't raised their profile about the mountain of value that they're on, and they haven't done joint ventures and partnerships with other really powerful and successful people. So really what this program is all about, this online video program, it's all about acknowledging that you're already on a mountain of value, how to really tap into it and make it worth the most that it could be worth. So come and join us on this video workshop process. Join the community of people who are working on these 5 bases and get some quick wins for your business by joining us on this website. Look forward to seeing you on the other side. All the best.